Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 video. In today's episode, one of my commenters told me to rebuild the Philadelphia Eagles, but with the new addition of Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith. And of course, the Eagles don't need a rebuild. I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it, because why not? They also got the new addition of DeAndre Swift, but I'm probably just going to put Jalen Carter in the thumbnail. But anyways, we got Jalen Hurts here as our quarterback. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like and or subscribe. Almost forgot to mention that because we just hit 8,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate that. But anyways, with the rest of the team, we got DeAndre Swift, Rashad Penny, we got Swole Batman, Skinny Batman, then Darius Slay would be Batman himself. Offensive line looks great. Maybe need to find a Brandon Brooks replacement at right guard. Got Dallas Goedert defensively looking into it. Defensive line is going to go crazy. No one's getting past this line. Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham, Hassan Reddick, Nolan Smith. Yeah, D-line goes crazy here. No one's getting past it. I moved Greedy Williams up to free safety because we didn't really have much in terms of safety. A lot of people predicted that Brian Branch would go here to the Eagles, but he went to the Lions. He's probably going to play DB there. But speaking of a former Lions player, we got Darius Slay, who is Batman. We got Avonte Maddox, James Bradbury. Keelee Ringo is probably going to fill in for James Bradbury once he leaves. But other than that, the team looks very, very good. Super happy with what we got. Brown, I believe they got in the second round. Yeah, Sidney Brown. I'm just going to keep him here for now. Maybe we don't get Terrell Edmonds, but team looks amazing. Maybe we'll even make the Super Bowl year one. Wouldn't be surprised. Not much of a rebuild, but we might as well just see how their careers go. So let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-2, second in the division behind the 6-1 Cowboys, who are always dominating simulation, mainly because of Micah Parsons. But let's see what we got for the scouting national focus. I think I'm going to want to go, I think I will go safety here because Terrell Edmonds and Greedy Williams might not be enough. And who knows, the safety class could be stacked. Definitely need it though. Looking at the players ready to negotiate, let's see who we have here. We're going to have Jason Kelsey. I'd like to have on another 2-year deal. That'd be cool with me. He resigns. Brandon Graham. Honestly, I'm excited to replace you with Nolan Smith. So I'm going to let him walk for now. Fletcher Cox. I just don't need you in Madden. In real life, I'm pretty sure they would get re-signed. And since this is a realistic rebuild, I think I will have to re-sign them because Howie Roseman always loves just stacking the living crap out of his defensive line. So we're going to put him on for another year. Terrell Edmonds, I'm fine with a 4-year deal. This is actually pretty cheap. Greedy, I'll make him depth maybe. I'll put him on 3 years for now. Let's see how that goes. Zacchaeus, no. Moreau, no. Mariota is a bust, and everyone else here I just don't really have an interest in. So anyways, guys, apart from that, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, top the division, 13-4. Looks like even the Commanders might have made it too in this NFC. Did they? Yeah, all 4 teams from our division just made it into the playoffs. That's crazy. Anyways, 13-4, top the division. Seems like we're second in points per game, but apparently not that good in rushing or passing. I guess our defense just put us in the red zone every time. But Jalen Hurts, amazing year, 17th best offense in the NFL and 3rd best defense. 4,600 yards, 49 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 107 pass rating is a great season. Maybe a little bit too many interceptions, but it's fine. DeAndre Swift, 1,000 yards, but only 3.7 per carry is not that good. Skinny Batman is 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, Swole Batman, 10 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Quez, Fast Batman, is 12 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards, well, 922. Dean gets 110 tackles for loss, 12 for Hassan Reddick. Sacks, 16.5 for Josh Sweat, 12 for Hassan Reddick, 9 for Brandon Graham. And interceptions is 4 for Avonte Maddox. Safeties on the team, 1 for Brandon Graham. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, let's see what we got here for our divisional round matchup. Usually I always lose in the divisional round in simulation. I don't know what it is, but let's see if we can beat the 9-8 division rivals, who we are 5 overalls higher than, to move on. And we do. 42-23. Since it's year 1, I'm just going to skip out on the conference championship. I usually always play it, but I feel like this team can definitely win more down the line. And boom, we're already in the Super Bowl. So, already have a successful rebuild because you just need to make it to the Super Bowl. Don't even have to win it. Back to back. Oh, wow. The 14-3 Browns. Did not ever expect to hear that in my lifetime. But, wow, Jalen Hurts doesn't get X Factor. That's it's probably because the 15 interceptions, but Devontae Smith, Skinny Batman. I need to stop calling him that. I need to stop with the Batmans. Devontae Smith, superstar. Dallas Goedert also gets superstar development as well. Defensively, looking into it, looks like Greedy Williams gets superstar. That was a great decision to move him up to free safety. I like that. But anyways, let's see what we got here against the Cleveland Browns. And yeah, let's just move into it to see if we can win the Super Bowl in year 1. Here we are against the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns in the Super Bowl is something you probably won't ever hear in your lifetime. 7-0 start for them, though. 7-3. Our offense doesn't seem to know how to wake up. Defense is pretty good, only holding 10 points right now, but their defense is doing amazing, obviously. Dude, can we score a touchdown? Is that possible for this team? What are we doing? Score a touchdown? What? I guess Myles Garrett just destroyed us on defense. How? That's crazy how they locked this up so bad. And Deshaun Watson had a 47% completion percentage. What was wrong with our offense? Let's get to the Super Bowl MVP. And your Super Bowl MVP is Myles Garrett. League MVP is Jalen Hurts. Yeah, if he wins the league MVP, then yeah, I'm going to give Jalen Hurts Superstar X Factor. We also get the Coach of the Year. There's no other awards here for the Eagles. I'm going to give Jalen Hurts right now X Factor. There's no way you win the league MVP and don't get an X Factor. That's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Jalen Hurts is getting X Factor, whether you like it or not. Oh my God, you're cheating. No, I'm being realistic because this is a realistic rebuild. If Greedy Williams gets Superstar, Jalen Hurts better get X Factor. Let's move into the re-signings. In the NFC East, Brandon Graham retires, so I can actually move Nolan Smith down there, which I actually am going to do right now because I feel like that'd be better. Maybe I can move Hassan Reddick down there, but I feel like Nolan Smith, 6'2", actually, it's fine. I'll just move him down there. He's more of a 3-4 edge rusher there, but it's fine. Doesn't matter. Let's move him down to left end. Hassan Reddick can stay at left outside linebacker. Then I need a coverage linebacker. Can you actually play your position? You're supposed to be left end. And okay, I'm sure the offseason will deal with it. But anyways, let's see what we got here for the players ready to negotiate. And we're going to do nobody here. Don't want anyone. Anyways, let's move into free agency. In the first round, I'm picking up a right outside linebacker, Salvador Perez, run stopper out of USC, hidden development, 84 speed, 89 acceleration. And we're picking up Tyreek Hills, the Walmart version of Tyreek Hill. Or is that supposed to be Tyreek Hills, not Tyreek? Tyreek Hills, not Tyreek Hill. 6'1", 236 out of Stanford, so he's the big brain version. He's the younger brother who happens to be bigger. Hidden development, 88 speed, 89 acceleration. Here we are after the draft. It looks like the CPU picked up this guy named Anthony, because I didn't draft him. But yeah, I picked up this Cleary guy in the 4th round. I guess he was better than what we had, so we're just going to have to rock out with another crappy right guard for a little bit. Perez is a 73. Hills is a 71. I'm going to make him the starter just because he has the development, as always. And yeah, D-line looking pretty scary. Specialist. Cox, Hills. I'm going to move up. Rashad Penny, got all that. Quez Watkins should be in the slot and not Devontae Smith. But anyways, let's move in to the second season and the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, 6-0, as the Commanders are 0-7, but still a highly contested division with 5-2 Giants and 5-2 Cowboys. It could change at any point in time. Scouting national focus. What do I want to do with this team? Maybe I should go halfback because DeAndre Swift was doing terrible the previous season. 3.7 per carry was not good, and Rashad Penny, I don't know if I'm even going to re-sign him. Coming off a blowout win to the Cardinals, 42-3 at week 7. But re-signings, Fletcher Cox is actually going to have to go finally. Quez Watkins, if he wanted to be here, I'd re-sign him, but he doesn't want to, so that's on him. Everyone else here can walk, don't really care. So anyways, it's now time to move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs once again, first round bye, 14-3 top of the division. Told you guys this wasn't going to be a rebuild. It was just going to see how things play out. Jalen Hurts balling again. Is that another league MVP? No, Desmond Ridder wins it, but top 3 for MVP is still good. 8th best offense in the NFL, and defensively, we are 2nd. Okay, top 10, good stuff. We got 4,700 yards, 42 touchdowns, only 10 interceptions this time. 112 pass rating. DeAndre Swift, 12 touchdowns, 1,200 yards is good, but only 3.8 per carry is not much better. Quez Watkins, 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Devontae Smith, 12 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. 1,100 yards for A.J. Brown, and 10 touchdowns, though. Looking at it defensively, Tyreek, I think that's just, yeah, Tyreek. My bad. I said Tyreek. Tyreek Hills, not Hill. 122 tackles for a loss, 13 for Jalen Carter, sacks, 17.5 for Hassan Reddick, 12 for Josh Sweat. Jalen Carter only 4.5, so I guess he's just a run stopper. Interceptions, 3 for Darius Slay. Safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Terrell Edmonds. So, let's see what we got here for the divisional round. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to sim past the conference championship if we make there again. But let's see what we got. The Bryce Young 10-7 Carolina Panthers to move on to the conference championship. We do not. 47-41. Defense didn't show up this time, and we had the number 2 ranked defense in the league, but let's move into the offseason. And the Steelers beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl. Minkah Fitzpatrick wins the Super Bowl MVP. Desmond Ridder wins the league MVP. And Tyreek Hills wins the Defensive Rookie of the Year. God, it's going to annoy me saying that name because I always just think of Tyreek Hill. Anyways, let's see what we got for the rest of the team. Offensively, we look the exact same. Anthony is a 69, so he could probably replace Quez Watkins. He's a playmaker and a slot archetype, so he will perfectly replace Quez Watkins if we have to let him walk. And also, defensively, Hills goes up to superstar for getting Defensive Rookie of the Year. Perez stays at star dev. Edmonds gets star dev. That's huge. Love to see that. And honestly, our defense is stacked out. Our team is already so stacked out, I literally need nothing. Maybe just the right guard, and I guess I'll draft another receiver. But anyways, let's move in to the re-sign players. In the NFC East, nobody retires. We might have, do we have Jalen Hurts' contract here? I know he got re-signed in real life, but Madden might count it differently. Fletcher Cox, of course, is going to walk. Of course, Watkins wanted to be here. I'd definitely re-sign him, but he doesn't want to. I can just draft a receiver that's the similar overall. Honestly, I don't need anything from free agency, so let's just skip to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up Trevor Bush out of Penn State. 99 speed, 97 acceleration, deep threat. He's going to be a perfect slot replacement. Only normal dev, but that's fine. We can get that up. In the second round, I'm picking up right guard Paul Hood out of Michigan State. 6'5", 300 pounds, 85 strength, and hidden development. And with my next pick, you already know the Eagles love stacking out their defensive line, getting another Fletcher Cox replacement, Oscar Jarrett, Notre Dame, hidden development, 88 strength, 81 speed, and 80 jumping for being almost 300 pounds is crazy. Now, this is the team after the draft. Hood is going to be a day one starter. Gaines, I don't know who this is. Stephen Gaines could be a slot as well. 96 speed, 98 acceleration. Trevor Bush is a 75 overall. He looks great, honestly. Bush, I'm going to put in the slot just because he's so fast. And he's going to be our new fast Batman instead of Quez Watkins. And yeah, team looks very good defensively. Wow, we got another defensive tackle. No, he's a defensive end. Jarrett, Bruce, stacked defensive line is crazy. I'm going to move him up. Yeah, crazy reps for these guys. These guys are going to go absolutely nuts. But anyways, apart from that, it's now time to get into the third season and the midseason mark. And here we are for the battle of the division. The 88 overall Cowboys, who are 5-2, and the Eagles, 5-1 at a 91 overall. Our offense is a 95. That's crazy. Yeah, our defense is up by 3 overalls. Our offense is up by 4 overalls. This should be a win. We're 5-1. Cowboys 5-2. If we lose, they take the division. I'm not going to worry about the breakout QB thing because that would just be for XP points. I don't really care about that. Scouting national focus. Again, I don't need anything. I guess I'll just go more depth at linebacker because we already have so much depth on the D-line. James Bradbury is going to be replaced by Keelee Ringo. I don't need more depth there. I'm fine where I'm at on everything. Jalen Hurts had a massive contract in real life, so I'll just give him very player-friendly. Yeah, he's getting paid $70 million in 2031, so sure, this sounds good to me. Overpriced contract, so why not? Lane Johnson, 2 years, sure. Hopefully he doesn't retire. I really need him for the rest of the rebuild. Devontae Smith, I would like back as well. 5-year, not considering at this moment. Okay, we'll get back to Hassan Reddick. You're not allowed to leave, and he resigns. And then Darius Slay, exact same case. You're not allowed to leave either. Passing out these contracts so easily. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Okay, need to start prioritizing things. Jason Kelce. Man, DeAndre Swift honestly has not been good. Josh Sweat, Landon Dickerson. Josh Sweat, I feel like I can afford to let go because I have Hassan Reddick. Landon Dickerson, I need to keep. I have $6.4 million left. Damn. Okay, James Bradbury can walk. Josh Sweat, DeAndre Swift. Jason Kelce, I want him back. I can't have him. Oh, this is going to be a hard decision. I was passing out contracts a little bit too much, and of course, Jalen Hurts' contract is going to start to bite us now. And also, Nolan Smith should not be here. He was a first-round pick. He should have a 5-year contract. I have to do this every video because rookies just don't start with the 5-year contracts whenever you go in to create a player. So, he's going to stay there. Is there any other rookies that I want to add? Yeah, I'm going to lose a lot of players this offseason, and it's quite frustrating. Anyways, it's now time to move in to the playoffs. Here we are doing better than last season, 15-2, our best record yet. First round bye. Hopefully we don't get division eliminated again. Is that another MVP for Jalen Hurts? Really? Runner up this time. Sixth, the best offense in the NFL. Jalen Hurts continues to ball, and defensively, fourth. Great team. Almost 4,900 yards, 1 yard shy, 47 touchdowns to 8 interceptions is crazy, 116 pass rating. Mahomes must have went crazy to do that. Swift actually having a good season now. It's solid, of course. 11 touchdowns, 4.2 per carry, almost 1,300 yards. Trevor Bush, the rookie, 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns. That's a good rookie year. A.J. Brown, 7 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Dallas Goedert, 1,000 yards, 105 receptions, 12 touchdowns. Devontae Smith, 16 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. He was a red zone threat. Defensively, Tyreek Hill's 110 tackles for a loss, 21 for Josh Sweat. Sacks, 17.5 for Josh Sweat, 15.5 for Hassan Reddick. I also have Nolan Smith. I can't re-sign Josh Sweat, even though he had just had a great season. 5 interceptions for Darius Slay. Safety, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. So this may be a do or die year for us because we desperately needed this because we cannot re-sign all of our players. This desperately needs to be a do or die year, and the 10-7 Cowboys. The Cowboys are always just a hard team to beat in simulation, so we may not win here. And oh my God, dude, 32-18. It's crazy that we haven't won a Super Bowl yet. Let's move into the 4th and final season. Saquon Barkley wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. We win the Coach of the Year, but of course, every time we win Coach of the Year, it's not like it matters because we don't win the Super Bowl. So let's see what we got here for the roster upgrades offensively. Bush doesn't get star dev. That's fine, I guess. I guess he only had 6 touchdowns, but he still had a good rookie season. Goddard gets X Factor. Hood has star dev. Defensively, also, we have Jalen Hurts at a 99 overall, along with A.J. Brown, who gets it with a boost. Defensively, Carter's up to a 93. Josh Sweat gets superstar. Dude. Yeah, James Bradbury keeps regressing. Keelee Ringo's up to a 77. Man, this is going to be difficult to choose what to do for the re-signings, but let's move into it. In the NFC East, nobody retires. And for the re-signings, I was thinking, this may seem wild, but I was thinking that we might sacrifice Devontae Smith and get Jason Kelce and DeAndre Swift and Josh Sweat back. If we can do all 3 of them. Because I feel like I can draft another receiver that will also put up a 1,000-yard season. Because I just did that for my previous rookie. Jason Kelce, though, I feel like is also replaceable. DeAndre Swift is a guy that I want back because he did just get 4.2 per carry, which is solid. So I want him back. Josh Sweat just had a crazy season with us. But we already have Hassan Reddick and Nolan Smith. So if I move Hassan Reddick down, I feel like it wouldn't be that big of a deal. That Nolan Smith could play. Jason Kelce, I think I am just going to want back. I'll put him on 2 years right now. Now it's between Devontae Smith and Josh Sweat. Can I get both of them? I think I can, actually. If I finesse the system. Can I get Jake Elliott back real quick? Let me sign him on this so I have a kicker. James Bradbury, Rashad Penny, Avonte Maddox can all walk. I'll draft a DB, and I'll finesse this right now. I'll dump his contract. I'll dump Josh Sweat's contract completely. Do this. He thinks free agency is going to test him in the long run. Go to Devontae Smith. Give him player friendly. Do that. Snag him. Go over the cap room with Josh Sweat. I finessed them all back. Wow, what a move. Anyways, let's move in to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up a defensive back out of Oregon State. Only normal dev, but he does have the athleticism, so that's all I need for the 4th and final year. Now, this is the team going into the 4th and final season. We better win this Super Bowl. I literally gave up everything for this team to actually be here. I mean, great receiver depth. And yeah, we're in negative cap room by far. But who was the other guy? Yeah, this guy drafted out of Oregon State. 75 overall is a good overall. Just doesn't have a development. Great team that we built around. But unfortunately, we don't have the money to hold them. So this is the final year. Let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs again, 13-4, top the division, 92 overall team, 96 overall offense, 92 overall defense is crazy. Coming off a blowout win to the Giants. Cowboys are 10-7. I hope I don't face them in the divisional again. Jalen Hurts, not as good as the previous years, but still a good year. 9th best offense in the NFL, 3rd best defense. Actually a great year. 37-4 interception ratio is crazy. 114 pass rating is great. 4,700 yards. Yeah, that's a great year. DeAndre Swift, 4.1 per carry, 15 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. He continuously improves every year. Devontae Smith, 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns. A.J. Brown, 8 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Trevor Bush, almost 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, similar to last season. Defensively, Tyreek Hills with 122 tackles for a loss, 18 for Josh Sweat. Sacks, 21 for Hassan Reddick, 11 for Josh Sweat. Jalen Carter really wasn't much of a sack guy in here because we had so many edge rushers with Nolan Smith, Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat. There's too many, but it's fine. He was a run stopper. 4 interceptions for Darius Slay and Keelee Ringo. Safeties on the team is going to be 0. Defensive touchdowns is 1 for Darius Slay, who had a pretty big year. So anyways, let's see what we got in the divisional round. Matter of fact, I'm going to play it just because we haven't won a Super Bowl. We've been to one in year 1, but we haven't won it. Here to face the Cowboys. I'm not gonna lose the Cowboys. Anyways, guys, let's move into the divisional round. Here we are in the divisional round against the Dallas Cowboys. 0-0 start after the first quarter. That's lame. 7-0 now, and it is 7-7. Finally waking up, 7-10. Take the lead 10-10 at halftime, all tied up. In the third quarter, can we stop punting in our opponent's territory? It would be very helpful. 10-20, 10-27, separating the gap in the fourth quarter, 17-27, and that will do it for the game as we're going to be moving on to the conference championship round. Here we are against the 10-7 Rams. They're an 82 overall. This should be a blowout. We're a 92 overall, 10 overalls higher. This should be an easy sweep. Here we are against the Los Angeles Rams. They start out with nothing. We start out with 7. And it is okay, they keep punting, which is realistic. We're 10 overalls higher, so it should be a blowout. 0-14, defense holding strong. Their first points of the game. Can our offense, do something more than score 14 points? Thank you. 14-21. Don't let them score on the final drive. And of course, you let them hit overtime. What are you doing? We are 10 overalls higher. This should not be an overtime thing. Get in the end zone. What are you doing? How is this 4th down? 4th and 22. What are you doing? What are you doing, EA? You make this garbage every year. I have a 10 overalls higher team. This should not be a challenge. This should not be anything. And what are they doing? Dallas Goedert, get the ball. Go after it. Go, go, go. Dallas Goedert, thank you. Oh my God, I'm going to be pissed if we lose this game. Oh, come on. Is that game? Did we lose? We seriously just lost to the, oh my God. We lost to a team that is significantly worse than us. By 10 overalls. That's so stupid. That's so lame. Matter of fact, I'm going to run it back actually, I can't. Because my entire team is going to be gone after this. So that's going to be the video. We end off the video on 1 Super Bowl loss in the first year. And I can't get past it. Because I'm 10 overalls higher than the Rams. And I lose in overtime. I don't know what you want me to do. I have the 2nd best defense in the NFL and the 9th best offense, and I'm losing to teams that are 10 overalls lower than me, and they somehow make it back to back. It's just a script. Even Madden scripted, basically wanting a rematch between the Bengals and the Rams because I can't seem to win against a team that has 10 overalls lower than me, and the Bengals get their revenge on the Rams. That's the entire script. They just wanted that to happen. So annoying. Anyways, sorry that the rebuild was only 1 Super Bowl loss. Sorry, Eagles fans, you're just plagued for the rest of your life. That's just what the simulation says. But anyways, guys, apart from that, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.